In this episode, we are kicking off Forgotten February with a look at forgotten 80s playsets. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to Nostalgia Syndrome. My name is Rob, and this month of February we are doing Forgotten February, where all the episodes this month will be of the Forgotten theme. And partly my excuse for heavily doing reviews in January was because of February's workload is a little bit more. So I wanted a little bit of downtime before jumping into all the research, filming, and editing. So, apologies, because I know it wasn't the most popular of months in January, but hopefully this month will make up for that. Anyway, and bam! Now I'm holding a puppy. That's just the magic of the laundry room. Anyway, to kick off this month's festivities, we will be taking a look at forgotten 80s playsets. And we will be covering a lot of ground because I wanted a very good patchwork tapestry of 80s goodness, of the forgotten nature. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to number one. Our first playset comes from 1981 and was made by Takara. This is the Penny Racers stunt set. Now, Penny Racers were very small little pullback cars, and you could actually put a penny in its back bumper area to get it to pop wheelies and different things, I think. I don't really remember, but we'll show a commercial at the end of this and it'll refresh all of our memories. But anyway, this stunt set comes with 2 ramps, comes with banners for a start and a finish if you care to race. It comes with a wall that the cars can burst through, super cool, and it comes with like a mat that has measurements to see who can get the longest jump. It also came with 2 cars. Now, here's something that really shocked me. The Penny Racers from Takara are still being made today. And when I looked up the stunt set, there were many different ones that have been produced over the years. So I'm focusing on this one because it's the 80s, of course. But I mean, all the way up to 2003, there was a stunt set made. I find that really, really impressive and super cool. It makes me want to get my hands on some of these little Penny Racers. And, you know, they're one of those things that I didn't have when I was a kid. I was infatuated with through the commercials. So to get one, either vintage or new, would be awesome either way. So let's take a look at this commercial. It's not for the stunt set per se, but it's for the Penny Racers. So enjoy.
Yeah.
That's the Penny Racers.
Each sold separately.
You can put a penny in it.
Penny's not included.
Pull it back the motor wreck.
You can pop a wheelie with it. You can put a penny in it.
Yeah!
Pop a wheelie with it. That's Penny Racers.
Move!
You can pop a wheelie with it?
That's Penny Racers. That's the Penny Racers.
Penny Racers, each sold separately. By Takara.
Our second playset comes from the toy line of Herself the Elf. And this is the Flower House, made by Mattel in 1982. Now, Herself the Elf dolls, figures, whatever you want to call them, were very reminiscent of Mattel's Strawberry Shortcake line. They were practically the same type of body structure, posability, what have you. And a lot of the accessories and play sets kind of fell in line with Strawberry Shortcake. So if you wanted to have a playtime universe between these two toy lines, you definitely could. Anyway, the Flower House looks like a flower bud with kind of like a sunflower window on the front of it. It could open up to have the inside house for you to play with molded in furniture. It looks like a couch, maybe a bed, but it was actually molded into the structure itself. It also has it almost looks like a planter of flowers that you can pop up, and it's actually an umbrella to a patio table, which you also had two little like pink tree stump type seats to sit on. Off to the side of the flower house was a built-in swing. So herself the elf, that's weird saying that. Did she actually have a name? Like Gertrude or something? Anyway, herself the elf and her friends could play on the swing and just have a good time, you know, picnic with the patio furniture, hang out in the house, what have you. I mean, it looks to be a very simple yet probably cost-friendly play set, and I don't see anything wrong with it. Like I said, it's very akin to Strawberry Shortcake, and you could probably play with each play set and figure very easily interchangeable. For our third playset, we are getting away from the peaceful flower house and jumping back into the stunt spectacular. This time it is the stunt ramp for the Skateboard Gang. This was also released by Mattel in the year 1986. Now the Skateboard Gang were a group of pullback racers that were skateboards, and they had figures that sat on top of them, doing mostly really silly poses and such. And like the time, everything was a pun on a name or a social circle. Like you had a punk guy, but the one that always stands out to me is the dog. It's just one of their pets on a skateboard with sunglasses and looking rad. That's awesome to me. Anyway, the stunt ramp is very simple. It's a bold half pipe that just allowed your Skateboard Gang figures to go up, turn around, and come back down. Well, turn around if you're lucky. They probably just kept going until the pullback ran out of juice and probably just skidded down. I don't know. I never had one, but I can only assume it probably didn't work as well as advertised. But I still think it's cool enough to add to the list.
So, you want to join the gang?
The Skateboard Gang.
With Ollie McTwist.
They're hot, they're here, ready to rip. Flat out on top, wigged out, ramped out.
He's totally cool. He's Wipeout. They're the masters at fast, rad, raiding, and riding.
The Skateboard Gang.
Gang members and stunt ramp each sold separately. You can't beat them, so you might as well join them. I did.
The Skateboard Gang.
Our fourth playset comes from Hasbro's Battle Beast toy line, and this was released in 1987. This is Shocking Shark, and it was the water faction's base, if you will. You get two things with this. First, you get a really cool hawking shark to play with, to chomp down on people, what have you. But then you open it up and you have a fully functional playset. Once it's open, you have two floors and a cool waterfall that kind of runs between the two floors. You have a jail cell off to the side. You have a gun turret on the other side. On the front, you have grabbing claws that can grab any of the battle beasts to try to get into your base. You get a cool like bridge and walkway on the second floor above the waterfall. And it also comes with another turret that you can kind of place anywhere that you want. This is a very nice playset for its size. I mean, the battle beasts are very small, so this playset is to scale with them, so it itself is kind of small, but packed full of awesomeness. Yeah, I really love this. I'm such a big fan of the battle beasts, and this shocking shark is really awesome.
Battle beat, battle for the fun of it.
Now they battle in incredible battle chariots, the ram, the tiger, the reindeer.
Battle beat,
And in battle transport vehicles that change into battle stations, the beetle, firebird, and shark.
battle beat,
And to carry your army, there's the bandolier.
Let's battle! Wood! Fire! Fire beats wood!
battle beat, can grow into an army.
Bandolier, chariots, and transports, each sold separately.
Battle beat.
Our fifth playset comes from a toy line that was heavily inspired by Masters of the Universe. And finding details for it was very, very hard. I can pretty much find some pictures and we'll just have to theorize with those. Anyway, this is Monsters of the Galaxy Rock Fortress. This was made by Carney Toys in 1985. And from what we can see, it's a hollowed base with a little cave entrance, which is pretty cool, some steps going up, and some castle-like ruins. I mean, this is generic enough that it could fit with any, and I mean absolutely any, toy line at the time. Your G.I. Joe could hang out there, your Masters of the Universe, or if you had Monsters of the Galaxy, they too could hang out in their namesake, their Rock Fortress. Now, I'm horrible at worldly languages and such, but I assume that this is of like a South American, Argentina release, possibly by the box. I mean, the artwork looks awesome. Like I said, I'm not worldly when it comes to languages, so I don't want to offend anybody by guessing wrong, so we'll just leave it at that. But very cool, and if this was released in America, I would have definitely have loved to have one of these. And maybe they were. I mean, maybe it's just the foreign release is more prevalent than the American. I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't find many details, but it looks cool nonetheless. Okay folks, that was a look at 5 forgotten 80s playsets. And some of them are more forgotten than the others. You know, it always makes it hard to do the research for these episodes, but I mean, we still need to talk about them. They still need the love because they are awesome. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And like I said at the beginning, I mean, this was a little bit of everything. A little patchwork of different play sets of different genres and themes. And I always enjoy that. It doesn't matter if it's a girl's toy or a boy's toy. I think toys are awesome all by themselves. It doesn't matter who they're for. They're made to be played with, and I love them. So anyway, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.